Too many releases, too little time. Let's have a look at the new films and TV out in August. We're mainly going to go by US release dates, but also shout outs to our home countries, Switzerland and Australia. We'll mention some in here as well. The list is also just a selection of what we are anticipating. It's not going to be every single start of the month. With 5 Fridays in August, it also means there's 5 starts of the month. So let's kick it off with August 2nd.
Starting off in August, we have Trap, which we did our most recent podcast on. Harold and the Purple Crayon, which is Zachary Levi's latest endeavor. And yep, you can just watch the trailer and make up your own opinions on that one. Tatami, which I don't know much about, but you and I think you have seen this one.
Yes.
Batman, Caped Crusader, coming out on Prime. The Rebel Moon Director's Cuts 1 and 2 are coming out on Netflix, which part 1 is 204 minutes long and part 2 is 173 minutes long. So please prepare your PP breaks accordingly. And finally, wrapping off that first week is Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie.
Then moving on to August 9th, we are getting the game adaptation of Borderlands with a stacked cast. Among them is Cate Blanchett, but the trailers leave a lot to be desired. Hopefully they can nail the comedy from those games, but we'll have to wait and see. Cuckoo with Hunter Schafer, a horror film that has got some mixed reviews so far, will be out in the States. And then we also got It Ends With Us, the adaptation of Colin Hoover's smut books starring Blake Lively. We got One Fast Move with KJ Apa on a bike over on Prime. And then the final season of The Umbrella Academy is streaming on Netflix. Over on Netflix as well, we are getting Daughters, a doc about father-daughter relationships from incarcerated fathers. Then out in Swiss theaters, we get The Beast. That one's also out digitally streaming over on the Criterion channel. Stars George McKay and Lea Seydoux about their past lives. So if you like past lives, that might be an interesting double feature there. And then finally out in Swiss theaters as well is Longlegs. Then out on August 11th, we are getting the 3rd season of Industry over on HBO and the corresponding localized versions of HBO internationally.
On August 14th, we have Jackpot coming to Prime, starring Awkwafina and John Cena in this wild, lottery, but you get purged lottery movie. The trailer was wild. We watched it a few episodes back on the podcast, and I'm not gonna lie, I really am keen for this one. I don't know what it is about it. I'm not someone who is a massive Awkwafina or John Cena fanatic, but maybe this could be the best movie of the year. And following up, we've got Bad Monkey coming out on Apple TV Plus. That's coming out weekly. It stars Vince Vaughn, who goes from Miami PD to a restaurant inspector because he's demoted, which is an interesting concept.
You know how it works in the police system. It's like, you move up from being a restaurant inspector, working away to PD, and he just goes back down. That's like
Jesus.
That's the hierarchy there.
That's a
they do things different in Florida.
Promotion. That one is coming out on Apple TV Plus weekly, and just like anything with Apple TV Plus, it doesn't seem to want me to watch it. I just don't seem interested, but it looks bloody clean, so we'll give it that one. And then coming out August 16th, Alien Romulus. I'm super keen for this one. Very, very, very excited. Skincare, Elizabeth Banks. It's a thriller. Coraline is getting re-released back into theaters. If you haven't seen it on the big screen, see it. It's fantastic. Emily in Paris, season 4.
There's 4 seasons.
4 seasons.
How? Are there 4 seasons?
That's quick. The Union on Netflix. It's Wahlberg, Halle Berry, Regular Guy to Spy, yada yada yada. And out in Switzerland, Hitman's finally out. That's probably the better spy movie to watch. So
yeah. Definitely goes to Hitman, my favorite movie of the year. That probably is not going to be your favorite of the year, but it's certainly worth checking out. Then out on August 23rd, we are getting Channing Tatum, Naomi Aki, Simon Rex, Adria Arjano, who's also in Hitman, in Blink Twice, where they are not the lead characters. It's 2 younger characters who go on a dream vacation that turns creepy when they get invited by a bunch of these, I guess, famous looking people. I don't know in the context of the story what it is, but turns out there's something weird going on. It's also directed by Zoe Kravitz. Then we got The Crow. That's a remake of the 1984 film and stars this time around Bill Skarsgård. Hopefully he won't shoot himself in the head for this one. Then Greedy People from Lionsgate has Lily James, Jordan Gosset-Levitt, and Himesh Patel, and Simon Rex as well. A double feature here on August 23rd. In theaters, looks to be a sort of comedy-ish movie, right? Where there's like a crime mystery, 6 suspects, 1 secret, a million reasons to go south. Looks decent. And then Slingshot with Casey Affleck, Lawrence Fishburne from director Mikael Hafström, who did a like The Room 1408. I haven't seen that film, but that was just like an infamous thing when I was younger that like that's a scary movie that you're not allowed to watch. So Slingshot coming out there. Then over on Netflix we got Incoming, which is a sort of coming of age type of thing. A freshman gets into high school, goes to his first high school party, all of those shenanigans. Then over on Hulu you can see The Supremes of Earl's All You Can Eat. That's a novel adaptation. I think there's also a sequel to that in novel thing, so there might be another one that they do if this does well. And then over on Apple, yeah, sadly no one is watching these shows, but they do look clean, Lachlan. But Pachinko has made a bit of a splash, I think, last year, like 2 years ago when first season premiered. Season 2 is coming out weekly. It's based on the bestseller novel about a Korean immigrant family across 4 generations. Haven't caught up with season 1, but definitely will for this next one. Also a continuation over on Netflix, another weekly show, a sequel series to City of God, The Fight Rages On, is premiering over there. I didn't love City of God. I know it's a much beloved thing, but it also has like the lead character continues his role later on in this. But hey, we'll have to wait and see if this one turns out to be something.
And finally, wrapping up the end of August is 1992, not the year, but the movie. Now, this one got kind of scheduled for 2022, but Ray Liotta sadly passed away. So this will be his last film that he filmed and the last film of his to be released in cinemas. This one is set in shocker, the year 1992, in the LA uprising after the Rodney King verdict, and a shopkeeper must save his son from an angry mob. Sounds super interesting. Next up, we've got Afraid, formerly known as They Listen. It's the AI sci-fi thriller with John Chow. That's it. I've seen this movie be advertised the absolute shit. That's it. Like, this movie was advertised the shit out of it online, in the cinemas, like everywhere. I don't want to watch this movie, but I'm probably going to have to because I feel like the universe is wanting me to watch it, but whatever. I Saw the TV Glow is finally making its way down under into Australia, and that goes the same with Kneecap, which I believe is Ireland's pick for Best International Picture at the Oscars. Deliverance comes out on Netflix. It's a horror with a demon portal inside the house. That's the premise. Cool. Terminator Zero Season 1 coming out weekly. And finally, Rings of Power Season 2 will be coming out the end of August, weekly on Prime. Get those Prime subscriptions back up and running. I've left mine ongoing, and I think that once this is done, I'm going to cancel my Prime subscription.
Prime's no good in Australia. It's no good in Switzerland here as well. I haven't had it for years, although, there might be a shit ton that's streaming on Prime, but usually, unfortunately, not really worth it. That's it for the month. Let us know what you'll be watching. I have a couple more shout outs to give. If you are really locally here in the same area as I am, shout out to Cinema Xenix here in Zurich. They are currently doing like open air screenings, but later this month in August, they have a film showing under a cool down theme with films featured from Michael Mann, Catherine Bigelow, Terrence Malick, and Christopher Nolan's Following, for example, in August. Lots of films are shown in 35mm as well, so that's why I like to shout it out. It's not just that they pick an old movie and they show it again, but they try to get like a copy that you wouldn't see in any other place because it's unique, when you see something on film, and we rarely get to see that. I think in the 80-something theaters that are in Zurich, there's, I think, 2 or 3 that can still show films on film. And there's also a featured section, a collection of Paul Thomas Anderson and Philip Seymour Hoffman over on Criterion. Go check that out if you haven't seen those. And yeah, let us know what you'll be watching this month. I know for me, myself and I, and Lachlan, we cannot wait for Alien Romulus. I think it's our most anticipated of the month, potentially of the year. So, yeah, we are very much looking forward to that. Lachlan, would you agree, or is there something else that, like, Bad Monkey? You really got to see.
Yeah,
what
man, Rebel
that's all
Moon's
about.
director cut. That's what I'm so looking forward to this month.
I've already seen that 3 times, so like I wouldn't even put that on here.
How?
But yeah.
How? It came out like 2 hours ago.
Well, I got my ways. You know, if you speed it up and not just in slow motion, then anyways, we'll see you soon. Go check out the podcast and leave a like, subscribe. Goodbye.
Bye.